Okay, so welcome to another deep dive. Today we are going to be looking at The Whispering Shadows from Quick Chills. And this one was sent in by one of our listeners. Thanks for that, by the way. Um, so we're really excited to kind of take this one apart.
Yeah, it's got some interesting elements to it that I think we can really kind of dig into.
Yeah, so The Whispering Shadows, we meet Emma, and she's just bought this like old Victorian house,
Where to steal?
a total steal. She's thinking she's got a great deal on this place. Um, but then right away things start to get a little bit weird.
Yeah, I mean you've got the classic haunted house tropes right off the bat. You've got the whispers, faint whispers, the blankets tugged off the bed,
Mm-hmm.
a freezing room. You get a quick glimpse of a shadow.
Right. It's all very familiar territory for a horror story. Like
Yeah,
anyone who's read a couple of these or seen a scary movie or two.
absolutely. It's like horror 101.
You kind of know
Yeah, setting the stage.
what to expect. Yeah. And it really sets that mood
Yeah, creates that atmosphere.
Right away of
Yeah.
unease.
but then it takes a turn. And this is where I think the story gets really cool. Um, the whispers, they get a little more direct.
Yeah.
It's like, Emma let us in,
Yeah.
very creepy stuff. And so, of course, she barricades the door,
Yeah.
like anyone would.
Right, sensible.
Yeah, exactly. But then the knocking starts.
Yeah.
And it's not coming from outside the door.
No.
It's coming from inside her closet.
Oh, that's good.
And that, I mean, talk about a shift in perspective. Like, now it's not this external haunting. It's like
It's claustrophobic, right?
Yeah.
Like the threat is contained. The threat is right there.
right there with her. Yeah,
Yeah, no.
exactly. And it's like, that idea that a closet is like, where you keep your secrets and it's like all this
The
hidden
salute.
stuff.
It's like that fear of the unknown, but it's like right there in your personal space.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes it so effective.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, there's a ghost in the house. It's like, there's something in my closet with me right now.
Right here, right now. Yeah.
But then, of course, the big reveal comes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in Emma's diary. And she's like, they're not in the house. They're in the mirrors. And now they're in me.
Oh, wow.
And that just sends chills down your spine.
Yeah, that's a great twist.
It's like the ultimate violation, right? Like, not only
yeah.
is this thing in your house, in your space, but it's like inside of you.
It's a total merging, right? It's like the loss of self.
Yeah. And I think that's what's so terrifying about it. It's like this idea that you're not even safe within your own body.
Right, the ultimate invasion.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting to go back and think about like those whispers at the beginning,
Yeah.
that take on a whole new meaning. Now it's like they weren't just these random spooky sounds. It was like this,
It's foreshadowing.
yeah, they were coming for her.
Right, it's like they're beckoning her.
Yeah, it's really creepy. And then the mirrors. I mean, we look in mirrors every day.
Yeah.
And to think of them as like this gateway for something so horrifying,
It's unsettling.
it's really unsettling.
Yeah, because it's something we take for granted. Like it's just there, it's part of our daily routine.
Yeah.
But then to think of it as this like portal to something else, something dark.
It's like this liminal space.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
it's reflecting us, but is it reflecting something else too?
Exactly. And that's, I think, where that real fear comes in, because it's like what's real and what's not.
Yeah. And then, of course, the story just ends,
Yeah.
with that diary entry. And you're left with this, like, really unsettling,
Abrupt ending.
open-ended,
Yeah. No resolution.
no resolution. You don't know what happens to Emma. It's just like she's gone.
It leaves you hanging.
Yeah. And that's almost scarier than anything else,
Yeah, absolutely. It's like your imagination takes over.
Exactly. And it really sticks with you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think for me, the real horror of this story isn't just the haunted house. It's like you said, that
Right.
internal invasion, the way that the threat moves from outside to inside.
Yeah. And it uses those familiar horror elements, those tropes, but then it twists them,
Yeah, it really subverts them.
subverts them to create something new. And I think that's what makes it so effective.
And so unsettling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really makes you think about, like, those everyday objects around us.
Yeah.
Could they be something more?
Like, is the familiar hiding something sinister?
Yeah, like what if our mirrors are actually
Yeah.
gateways to somewhere else?
Yeah, something to think about.
Yeah, definitely something to ponder.
Ah.
Thanks for joining us
Thanks for having me.
for another deep dive.
Absolutely.
See you next time.
See you later.
Bye.